Welcome, everyone. If you're new to the channel, I'm Larita. I'm your resident YouTube veteran law attorney. And usually I talk about giving tips to veterans to figure out how to get service connection, how to get increased benefits if they're already service connected, things of that nature. But this video is a little different. I'm going to talk to you about sometimes when veterans are not always honest in presenting their claims for benefits and they get caught, right? So this situation involves a veteran who defrauded the government of over $680,000 in benefits. That's both from VA benefits and Social Security benefits. And it's kind of sad that that happened because there are some veterans out there who truly deserve and need those benefits, and they have not tried to defraud anything. And this person using those benefits has taken away from others that actually need it. So I wanted to talk about it because usually I give tips about how to gain benefits. In this case, I'm going to talk to you about sometimes it goes awry. So I'm going to share my screen with you and comment in the comment section. I know I usually ask where you served in the military. So Coast Guard, Army, Marines, Navy, and Air Force. Comment in the comment section and let me know where you served. And I have a whole video playlist for veterans benefits. So if you're new here, check that out. I give actionable advice about how to obtain benefits, including those who are trying to get benefits through the Pact Act. So check out the playlist at another time. But this video is going to talk about a veteran who attempted and defrauded the government. So let me share my screen with you. And this is a press release from the Department of Veterans Affairs that talked about the veteran pleading guilty. So let me make sure you can see it before I go further. Okay, so this is a press release from yesterday. Veteran pleads guilty to theft of government money and providing false statements. This happened in Florida. And just as a side note, I know a lot of people have been getting caught for defrauding the government, whether it be through PPP loans, through the pandemic, whatever it is. They have an Office of Inspector General, which is basically a detective of an agency, let's say, to make sure that no funds are being wasted. So to think that you perhaps are going to get over on the federal government, I would say to spend your time doing it the correct way so that you don't, on the back end, perhaps get indicted, get arrested for defrauding the government and do hard time. So this took place in Pensacola, Florida. Kevin Paul McCain, 43, of Pace, Florida, pled guilty to theft of government money and providing false statements. The plea was announced by Jason Cootie, the United States Attorney for the Northern District of Florida. By falsely claiming he suffered catastrophic service-related injuries, McCain selfishly defrauded the federal government, but more significantly, stole resources that were intended for the brave men and women who have valiantly served our country, said U.S. Attorney Cootie. With our law enforcement partners, we remain committed to investigating and prosecuting those who engage in such despicable conduct. Court documents introduced at the plea hearing established that McCain served approximately 8 years in the United States Army before separating from service on April 27, 2009. On April 28th, he received a 100% disability rating from VA for PTSD. From May 2009 to February 2023, McCain's received money from the United States, namely benefit payments and services from the VA, Social Security Administration, and Department of Health and Human Services, totaling $680,000. An investigation revealed that McCain's provided false information to medical personnel during his examination at the VA clinic in Pensacola, Florida. McCain's falsely stated that he'd been severely injured in an explosion while serving in Iraq, which he claims resulted in paralysis and his confinement to a wheelchair since 2007. In addition, McCain's altered a VA form that was submitted to a mental health counselor, which gave the impression that McCain's medical condition related to PTSD was much more severe than it was. He also provided false information to the VA in documents and forms in support of his PTSD disability rating. VA relied on the statements, documents, and forms provided by McCain's in determining his disability rating. As a result, he received a 100% rating from the VA for PTSD. Based on his false statements and submission of fraudulent documents, McCain received $683,000 in benefit payments and services from VA, SSA, and HHS, to which he was not entitled. And as I mentioned, the VA Office of Inspector General was the one that actually caught this and was able to say, hey, I think he's getting more than he should be receiving. I find it hard sometimes, oftentimes when you're dealing with veterans, and we appreciate your service, all that have served. And he was indeed a veteran, right? So it's not disputing that he was a veteran, it was disputing the severity of the disabilities that he was claiming service connection for. And that's what the issue was. So all things set aside, he's still a veteran, but he was not entitled to the benefits from which he was receiving. And I want to remind people, and I get, like I said, I give information about how to receive benefits, but never, ever, ever submit fraudulent statements in an effort to try to get the most money you can out of it. What the VA compensation is compensate you for decreased ability to function in the world, right? In the workforce. So you have, let's say you have 50% rating. That means you're 50% supposedly as effective in the workforce because of a disability that you suffered as a result of your service to the country. Those things, when you're affected by it, then sure, file your claims, submit your statements. Never, though, submit information that will put you in a situation where now he's facing jail time after serving honorably up until that point in the Army in Iraq, and then now pleading guilty to the charges. So it's not a matter of deciding whether he's guilty. He's pled guilty already to the charges, and now he's going to be sentenced in January. So I don't know how much time he'll get, but he's pretty young. He's 43 years old, and he basically put a lot on the line to get benefits that he was not entitled to. And not to say that he wasn't going to get any benefits, but he wasn't entitled to the benefits he was receiving at the 100% rate, and also the other Social Security benefits. Let me know what you think about it, especially the veterans. We have a high veteran following on this channel. Let me know what you think about it, because I know that that's something that you share amongst each other, right? All of you guys are veterans. You may have served in a different branch of the military, but you all are considered veterans. And how do you feel about somebody that is considered one of your own facing these charges? And, what do you think about that? Because I know that the United States government basically values the veterans' time and tries to give benefits when enough information is submitted to qualify. And as the Attorney General said, basically, this is impacting other veterans because they have a bucket of money that is distributed to the veterans. And if it's being allocated to somebody who doesn't deserve it, that's less money for somebody else to receive benefits, to get perhaps more benefits at the VA hospital, VA clinics, anything. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Like I said, typically I do give information, and check out my channel, the playlist about veterans benefits. But in this situation, I wanted to highlight that sometimes some people take it too far, and not to say that this is the majority, it is not. But they are people out there, and sometimes when people say, well, why don't VA just give me my money, right? What's the problem? They have to make sure that people are not taking advantage of the system, and that there's enough money for those that indeed need it. So be mindful of that, and know that VA is not necessarily wanting you to jump through hoops, but there are certain protocols that have to be met to make sure that everybody that's receiving the benefits indeed deserves it. Okay, this is all I have for the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video.